How much do you think you know about Terraria? In this video, we'll test that out with 3 more rounds of 2 truths and a lie. There'll be a few different categories similar to last week. For the lies, the footage will be edited or modded, but the rest of the footage is legit. Make sure to remember how many you get right to see what your Terraria skill level is at the end of the video. The first round will be about NPCs. First, when you shimmer an NPC, you get a different texture on them. This works on every NPC except for town pets and slimes. This even works on some random NPCs like the traveling merchant, skeleton merchant, and old man at the dungeon. This can be pretty cool if you don't have texture packs. Second, as you know, many NPCs drop items when they die, including their weapons like the ale tosser from the tavern keeper. And one of the coolest drops of these by far is the steampunker NPC. The steampunker has a 12.5% chance to drop the clockwork assault rifle, which it uses as a weapon, allowing you to get a boss weapon from an NPC, though it is post-mech, so it's not very useful. And the third one is the tax collector NPC is the only NPC in Terraria immune to lava, making it one of the most difficult NPCs in the game to kill. Did you guess the lie? The answer is, you can shimmer NPCs to change their texture. This includes the ones I mentioned. Relogic is even making it easier in the next update 1.4.5 by adding the shimmer water gun, which will also change NPCs' textures, making it a lot easier than bringing NPCs to the shimmer. The next truth is the tax collector actually is immune to lava. I assume this is because the tax collector is spawned from the tortured soul enemy, which is also immune to lava. This isn't very useful and in fact can be quite annoying if you're trying to kill the tax collector, so instead you should use the fly meal sword. The lie? It's that the steampunker does not drop the clockwork assault rifle. She does use the clockwork assault rifle as a weapon, but instead, when named Whitney, drops the Ivy, which is pretty useless playing music similar to the Stellar Tune, but at least the Stellar Tune deals a ton of damage. Did you guess the lie? Now for round 2, which is about buffs and potions. First, the gills potion is actually pretty bad, since as the name implies, similar to a fish's gills, you cannot breathe in the air. So you can breathe underwater, but as soon as you go to the surface, your breathe meter starts going down, allowing you to actually drown in the air. Second, the best healing potion in pre-hard mode is actually the honeyfin fish, even better than standard healing potions. And third, the life force potion, despite being one of, if not the best potion in the game, can be obtained pre-hard mode, despite the fish being hard mode exclusive. Did you guess the lie? The answer is, life force potions can be obtained in pre-hard mode from shadow chests in the underworld, despite the fish only being obtained in hard mode. So they aren't renewable, but this can be very useful for Wall of Flesh and early mech fights if you don't want to go fishing. Next, the honeyfin fish is the best healing potion in pre-hard mode, giving 120 health compared to the normal 100 from healing potions. Though I do say it's the best, not by convenience, just because it gives the most health. Did you get the lie? It was the gills potion. Gills potions do let you breathe underwater, but when they're active, you could still breathe in the air, making them actually pretty useful in early game to explore your oceans. To let you breathe underwater, all they do is prevent the breathe meter from going down, so it wouldn't make sense for you to die in the air. Now for the final round, and this will be about dungeons. First, you can enter the jungle temple early by using a Rod of Discord. This isn't very useful though, since the lizard enemies won't spawn, and you can't spawn Golem until unlocking the temple door, but it is a cool gimmick to show your friends. Second, you can break into the dungeon before defeating Skeletron in pre-hard mode by using a molten pickaxe. This isn't useful though, since you still spawn a dungeon guardian. Third, speaking of Dungeon Guardian, the Dungeon Guardian will only spawn if you're under level 0, which is in the underground layer, so you could actually go pretty far in the dungeon if it spawned high up in your world before dying. Did you guess the lie? The answer is, the Dungeon Guardian does only spawn in the underground, so under level 0. This isn't really useful though, because now the water bolt only spawns in the underground biome, so you still can't find one without spawning the Dungeon Guardian. Next, you can break into the dungeon pre-Skeletron and pre-hard mode by using the molten pickaxe. But as I just said, it's still not useful since you'll spawn a dungeon guardian if you're in the underground layer. Did you get the lie? It's that you cannot enter the jungle temple early by using a Rod of Discord. It doesn't kill you anything, doesn't make you take damage, it literally just won't let you in. When you click, it just won't let you go into the dungeon. Now for the scoring. If you got 0 of them right, you're a journey mode player. You've probably just started the game or haven't even picked it up yet or are looking into it. So you wouldn't know much about the game. If you got 1 right, you're a classic mode player. You've played the game a couple times, maybe even beaten it once, but you're still learning the game and aren't very experienced. If you got 2 of them right, you're an expert mode player. You've played the game through a couple of times and have gotten pretty good at it and maybe even played a couple of mod packs like Calamity. And if you got all 3 right, you're a master mode player. You've played through Terraria dozens of times and know the ins and outs of the game and probably have a few hundred if not 1,000 hours on the game. Comment your score down below. If you have any other ideas for a video like this, for another Two Truths and a Lie, comment those too. Thanks so much for 500 subscribers, and the announcement video for my new 500 subscribers special series will be coming out soon. I want to apologize for my video last Saturday on this topic because I accidentally said that Empress of Light can be summoned pre-mech, and that is not true. I messed up during my research, and I'm sorry for the mistake. Other than that mistake, last Saturday's video was very similar to this, so if you want 3 more rounds of Two Truths and a Lie, well, I guess one of the rounds is 2 lies and a truth, click the link on the bottom left. The bottom right are maxing things out in Terraria. The top left is what YouTube thinks you want to watch next. The top right is the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.